Good morning, boys and girls. We are live and live in color from Love and War in Plano. It's a beautiful place, beautiful venue. We have our first ever show of the Donkey Den. Look at here, boys and girls. Hey, welcome to my co-host, Professor Niko. Professor Niko in this motherfucker. Cowboy EJ. Look at that. We switch it up here now and again. Again, I want to give a shout out to our humble host, the Love and War, Hamza. He was a beautiful hospitality here. Great food. They have a concert going on. This is a beautiful venue, guys. You got to come down and check this place out. Great drinks. Look, cheers to the old fashions. We're running it. Let's fucking go. Welcome to the Shit Show 2.0. We're going to talk about nothing but bullshit, Bears, poker, life, whatever the fuck we even feel like. It doesn't really matter.
Tonight we're going to talk Bears, though, right?
I think Bears is good. Look, it's the start of the football season, baby. We're back. It was a long summer. It was a long fucking summer.
They had the Hall of Fame games just last week.
Yeah.
And, of course, Hard Knocks.
Oh, my God. Hard Knocks.
What an amazing episode that was.
It was a good kickoff. They went ahead and used the Chicago Bulls intro for our new star quarterback, Caleb Williams.
I got to say, honestly, hype machine is just almost off the rails. Really think about it. It's like, he has a chance to beat Michael Jordan.
Mike.
The man who invented the modern sports world. I mean, I don't know.
Look.
In sales, what's the word, right? It's manage expectations. I don't know how much manage expectations we're doing right now.
Nobody's managing any expectations. Everywhere I've seen, everywhere I've talked to, like everybody I've talked to, they think this man can literally exceed everything that we're talking about, right? And we're in like rookie of the year, playoff wins. Nick Wright of ESPN had the audacity, the balls, to say that the Bears, he's picking them to go to the Super Bowl. Professor Niko, I need to hear your thoughts on our new quarterback. Talk to me.
One thing I'll say is, first of all, you got to look at the teams that are solid ahead. Who were the playoff teams last year, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk with the NFC champs, 49ers. They have been all over the news with problems with their number one wide receiver and their number one left tackle holding out.
Yeah.
Right? Rumors galore about where Ayuk is going to land. My favorite tidbit for NFL news is, and these of course are rumors, so who knows how accurate it can or cannot be. But to sit there and say the Patriots had an agreed upon trade, and Ayuk said no.
Yeah,
I ain't going there. Now let's put aside the fact that the New England Patriots have 7 Super Bowls in the last 15 years.
They can hold off another one or two. They'll be all right.
So to sit there and say that they're going to be that they're a garbage franchise, I don't know how true that is. No. I get it that he doesn't want to go to a rookie quarterback, especially one that's had their own QB controversy.
Yep,
that's a topic for another day. But imagine how wide-eyed smile Pittsburgh is right now. It's like, they only want to have a trade here. Guess what? No more first rounder, no player coming back.
Yep.
That's not going to be helping the 49ers in any way, shape, or form in the short term.
No, I think it's going to be interesting to see. Like, it's always hard to figure out what a rookie quarterback's going to do in the league. That transition is one of the hardest things in sports. I don't think there's any other position that has the hardest climb in understanding the speed of the NFL, all the different reads, the defenses. But my thing about it is there also hasn't been another rookie quarterback besides Brock Purdy. So let me correct that. A number one overall quarterback that has gone into a better situation than he's gone into Chicago Bears. You literally have 2 number one wide receivers. You have a stud rookie wide receiver. You have 2 number one tight ends out of Cole Kmet and Gerald Everett. You have DeAndre Swift, who is a dual threat running back. Now, again, my biggest question is always going to be the offensive line. We're already hearing questions on the injury state on that, and that's always going to be a concern. But with all these weapons, look, get it into their hands, let them do something. Look, I'm not. This NFL team, the Chicago Bears, went 7-10 with supposedly a dog shit quarterback. Everybody hated Justin Fields. Excuse me, a lot of people outside Chicago hated Justin Fields, and we still won 7 games. And with a roster that doesn't look half as good as this. And we won 7 games. If I can't expect more than 10 games on this, look, then what are we talking about?
Yeah.
We're talking about playoffs.
To Nick from ESPN, one of the things he's been kind of looking at is strength of schedule. The prospective strength of schedule right now for the Bears is the 3rd easiest in the entire NFL.
100%.
Okay? Usually, that's indicative of a solid record. Yeah, I read an article the other day. The Bears are current favorites in 13 of their prospective games coming up this year.
Oh, wow.
13. So, listen, there's no better procrastinator than Vegas.
Yep.
They're sitting there saying that there is a legitimate chance the Bears getting the 13 wins of playoff. It's not crazy.
It's not. No.
Right?
No.
When you get to the playoffs, there's a lot of dark clouds right now over San Francisco.
Yeah.
My personal opinion, I really believe the Eagles are a bit of a paper tiger. Right?
Really?
Well,
okay.
Eagles
with Saquon Barkley still got one of the best offensive lines in the league.
But who did they lose? Right? They lost their captain on offense.
The Kelsey brother. Yep, the center.
Kelsey. We don't know how that impact's going to happen.
Yeah.
We really don't know, right? I mean, everyone always concentrates on the shiny toys, right?
Yep.
Who made all the nice shiny toy moves, right?
Saquon's pretty shiny.
He's shiny, but
Saquon's pretty shiny.
Let's not forget, last year he averaged 3.5 yards per carry, and he missed 6 games.
Okay.
Right? He does that again for Philadelphia. They ain't getting no number 1 seed. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
Now
we're in Dallas. We have to talk about Dallas. You have to talk about the Cowboys. You can't let them go. How about them Cowboys? That's what they say.
Let me finish my thought about the playoffs.
Yeah.
This year.
Yeah.
Because let's be honest, Dallas did not appreciably improve themselves this year.
No.
And they got smacked around in the first round of playoffs.
Yep.
That happened. Right? Of course, that's a whole set of issues that they have to deal with. But the real threat in the NFC, in my opinion, is the Detroit Lions. Right?
Okay.
They did a great job rebuilding their defensive backs. They already had a top 5 offensive line. And Amon St. Brown's one of my favorite wide receivers in the NFL.
You do not think the Lions are going to come back to reality? Like, the Lions are the Lions here. Like, we're talking about decades worth of a dog shit team. In my opinion, I don't care if there's any Lions fans watching. I don't care. Fuck y'all. Fuck Packers. I don't really care.
These things are cyclical. Don't get me wrong. I agree with you. But traditionally, where have they been? Right?
Yeah.
Some of the greatest players in NFL history, flamed out in Detroit. But from my perspective,
you see how motherfuckers just getting away. This is what happens when it's the first episode, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to let y'all know. Technical difficulties. You got big black arms just coming in the camera where there's nothing. But anyways, look, this is what happens. This is what happens when you see me drinking. I just want to let y'all know this shit's going down. They continue about yes.
That 7 o'clock start time really worked out for it.
Good Lord. Look, I just want we were running off CPT, ladies and gentlemen. I want to apologize. We were supposed to start this at 7. It's what the hell? We started at 8:15. Yeah. Good luck with this shit. Like we're going. We'll get.
Isn't it traditional?
Yeah.
Kind of brag the producers.
But can we do that? Can we call out the producer? Can we say fuck him? Just fuck our producer. Hey, wait. So no, I do want to introduce our.
I don't say. That's.
You're right. No, I do want to introduce. We have a great staff on that time. Jay Martin. That's what we're doing here with the producer. He's produced hundreds of podcasts, and he agreed to help us out graciously to help us out start this up. And look, we're starting it off, and we're going to get it going. Look, hey, I'm excited. So there's a lot of new changes that we had to the team. Obviously, not.
We wanted to talk about Dallas.
Well, yeah. I keep wanting to forget about Dallas, but that's fine. I know we're here. I'm just kidding, Cowboys fans. I know. Don't tag me. I know y'all are out here. But yes, Dallas. Dak Prescott. You think he's the answer? You think you can get him over the hump?
It's not that I don't think he's a great quarterback. It's that he's not a top 5 quarterback, right? And they're paying him like he's a top 5 quarterback.
Look, you better run away. The Cowboy fans might come after you.
I don't know how many people know this, but Dak Prescott has a special clause in his current contract. He cannot be franchised by the Dallas Cowboys ever again.
I did not know that. Yeah. No, you're giving me no information.
So think about what that means from a negotiation perspective.
Okay.
If they want to keep him, well, I mean, you got Jordan Love, who basically had half a good season, getting paid $55 million a year. What's Dak Prescott going to have?
He's going to have to break the bank.
Whatever you say about Dak, at least he's been doing it for several years.
Yeah.
Top 10 position production for half a decade. That's meaningful. Yep. And I love from my perspective, it's one of the reasons why their off season was so much of a thud. Yeah. They're so concerned about Dak being a free agent, CeeDee Lamb being a free agent, Parsons being a free agent. Like, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Jerry, in the beginning of this offseason, he said they're all in. That was his interview. And then what was their big offseason move? Hey, let's re-sign Zeke. Let's bring his old ass back.
Reminds me of that politician. What was his name? He goes, woo!
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's that way.
And his career was over inside of a month after that. Yeah. But I sat there and I think, look, it was an unfortunate statement. He shouldn't have said it. He should have been a bit more politically correct.
Yeah.
Look, if you ask me, they did a lot of good things in the draft, right? I mean, everyone got upset that they didn't really address the running back position, but one of the reasons why they've at least been extremely competitive for such a long time is they stayed true to their draft board. They picked up offensive linemen and a linebacker and defensive backs that were the top of their board at that time.
Yep.
That's how you build good teams. You don't reach for crappy players. With that being said, Zeke, everything I've heard of training has been a complete disaster. And his contract is so extraordinarily crappy. He's actually getting paid more from his old contract when they cut him 2 years ago.
It's just bad business.
Then why did you keep him in the first place? Then why do you keep him? So they completely miscalculated a couple of things. And let's not forget, the criticism I'm kind of levying against Philadelphia right now goes tenfold towards Dallas. They lost their best offensive lineman last year.
Yep. They couldn't afford him.
He went guns blazing to the New York Jets, right?
Yep.
Who's my pick to make the biggest leap in the AFC. But you sit there and you think about Dallas losing their best offensive lineman and replacing him with a rookie who was the 6th offensive tackle off the board.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll see.
That doesn't usually bode well.
Yeah.
When you're talking about the 6th best offensive tackle on a rookie deal, it's I do suspect that there's a good chance they struggle this year.
They might, but like I said, I don't want to spend too much time shitting on the Cowboys. I'm hoping for the best. Like, I live here in Dallas. I have a lot of friends who are Cowboys fans. It's always fun shitting on them, but look, I mean, I hope y'all. It's been almost 30 years since your last Super Bowl. So I mean, look, we gotta get out of this slump, but you gotta make the moves to do it. So
Well, I think what's happening to the Dallas Cowboys is really a really good frame of why what the Bears did this offseason was so extraordinary.
yeah,
Right? Now, on draft night, everyone started freaking out when all these quarterbacks were taken. 6 in the first 12, first time no players. The truth of the matter is, I think that's going to happen again next year. I really do.
probably.
Whether those guys were maybe not top 12, but I think 5 or 6 go in the first round for the exact same reason it happened this year. You lock in QBs on rookie contracts and avoid the nonsense going on right now.
Yeah.
When Jordan Love signed that contract, every GM and president in the NFL gulped, and you heard it.
Yeah.
They're like, if they're paying him that much, holy crap. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm in absolute shock. Patrick Mahomes, you didn't hear about him complaining. I'm in shock. If Love is worth it, what the heck is Patrick Mahomes worth?
Patrick Mahomes is taking the Tom Brady route. He is trying to make every deal imaginable to make sure that they can still continue to add to the team. He is chasing number 12 for number 7. That's what he's doing. And that's the smartest thing, because these people tend to forget. When these quarterbacks take the max deal, it destroys your team. When Russell Wilson did it, Seahawks went to shit. When you have Aaron Rodgers taking the max deal, you can't do anything. This is a constant thing that I don't think these quarterbacks realize. And Tom Brady just kept saying, you know what? I'm going to take a fair deal, but I want you to keep Rob Gronkowski. I want you to keep Danny Amendola. I want you to keep Julian Edelman. I want these people on my team to continue. These other quarterbacks coming into the league that say, nope, Justin Herbert, you'll never have another big-time player on your team because of what you did. Trevor Lawrence, you will not have another big player on your team because of what you did. There's a constant bad trend in the league, and that's unfortunate. So, again, that's why there's only a little bit of an optimism for me that, look, we have supposedly a star quarterback on Chicago on a rookie deal. Let's hope this doesn't bite us in the ass later on the road. I hope it works out, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. Most of y'all know me. I was a Justin fan. I did not want Justin to go. I wanted Fields. I was number one on the field, number one in your hearts. That's what he was. I don't care what y'all say. That man did it.
Let's everything we've read, Fields is doing really well in Pittsburgh.
Everything. He's about to beat out Russell. He's about to beat out Russell Wilson.
We don't know for sure.
It's getting close.
Games are this weekend.
Tomlin is already planting the seed.
But here's my point. I really believe the extenuating circumstance of locking in a QB1 and a wide receiver 1 on rookie deals, when those position prices have exploded, they cannot be discounted enough.
Yeah.
They wanted to do that. And like I said, that's one of the reasons why 6 quarterbacks went in the first 12 picks. That's nuts.
Yeah.
That shouldn't happen. And I firmly believe it. You're going to see something similar next year. Mark the tapes. Next year, we're going to see 5 or 6 QBs fly in the first round, and we're like, I can't believe we won in the first round.
Yeah.
But every GM knows, what am I supposed to do? Pay second-tier quarterback $60 million, and then I can't afford a linebacker for? I can't afford a number 2 wide receiver? That's the juxtaposition that exists right now. By the way, my personal favorite moment of Hard Knocks episode 1.
Get on Hard Knocks.
When DJ Moore got called up, signed his deal. Now, of course, they sit there and splash. It's the biggest deal in Chicago Bears history, which is a relative statement, right?
It's the biggest extension.
Here's the thing. I think you kind of peel the onion a little bit, first of all, it's an extension, right? So it's new money that doesn't start for another 2 years. Okay, he's locked in for 6 years, which takes him straight through his prime. Currently, his average annual value is 8th overall. Currently, that's a little unusual for new contracts, right? I mean, one of the reasons why, you got Tua who broke a record, you got Lawrence who broke a record, because those are brand new deals. Yeah, I want a slightly better than the last one. For TJ Waters, it says, okay, I know I'm top 10, I'm not number 1. Give me the 8th highest salary. Yeah. In 4 years, that deal's going to look like such a bargain. Yeah. When you combine that with, your QB1, your other wide receiver 1, locked in a rookie deal. I think even currently the Bears have $55 million in free agent capacity next year, top 3 in the league. So Bulls deserves all kinds of credit for managing the cap really well, and building through the draft is what he said he sought out to do. And look, at the end of the day, I know Nick from ESPN sat there and said, "Hey, we're going to." I think these guys are going to Super Bowl. That's stretch goal. Yeah. Right. But to his credit, he recognizes that the Bears have an easy schedule, and they've done a really efficient job rebuilding the team. Right? They were a top 5 defense at the end of last year. They actually technically improved it in the season. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the safety situation. I know you're a big fan of Eddie Jackson. Absolutely, Bojack. But yes, his PFF ratings have been garbage for a long time. I want to shout out again the staff here at Love and War, making sure I am quenched of my alcoholic thirst. I just want to let y'all know this is such a phenomenal thing. We're working on it. She came by. No, they're attentive. They're going to make sure that we stay quenched, especially as hot as hell in this Texas heat. Jesus fucking Christ. Who designed this shit? Who designed this? God said, hey, look, Texas, we're going to give y'all everything bigger in Texas, all that bullshit, but we're going to kill you in the desert heat. So 2 months we'll be thinking. I'm hoping. I try to look at things half glass full, right? Look, you might as well, but like right now, I'm in some hot black pants right now. There's some bullshit. I need this shit to cool down now. Now. Professor Niko, let me ask you about our new coaching staff. We got 2 new offensive coordinators. Excuse me, we have a new offensive coordinator and a new defensive coordinator. I need you to talk to me. How do you feel about the change with Shane Waldron and Eric Washington? Well, I know you weren't a fan of last year's offensive coordinator. No more fucking screens. Oh my God. No, hold on. I'm going to go on a little rant right now because that's hold on. Wait a minute. Fucking, I don't even remember his name, but he's a little piece of shit fucker. Look, we got him. We got him from Green Bay, right? Let's start here. We got him from Green Bay. He was the OC for 2 years working with Aaron Rodgers. He never called a play when he was in Green Bay. So you got the benefit of working under the head coach and working with a Hall of Fame quarterback, never calling a play. And then we decide to hire you based off that, and you literally have no idea how to scheme around your talent. You have no idea how to maximize your talent. And there should be no reason I watch a Monday night football game against one of our division rivals where you call 40 fucking screens because you don't trust our quarterback. I don't give a fuck about us getting rid of Justin. Fine. We did it if you say we need to be done. But I am so thankful we fired that motherfucker because, my God, if I ever see a fucking screen again in the NFL, I'm going to lose my fucking shit. That should never be a play that you base your entire offense around. You based your entire offense around. Oh, my God.
Getsy. That's his name. Luke Getsy. That's his stupid ass fucking name.
In,
I fucking hate him.
Las Vegas now.
And watch them. They're the dog shit. Jimmy G.
Really?
Fuck you.
Oh, I believe the starter now is Minshew, the stash.
Is that who went there?
Yes.
Jesus Christ. Well, go up with your fucking screens, Gardner.
Well, what's funny was they had the 13th pick. They thought they'd have their choice. So any of the second-tier quarterbacks, none of them made it. And they're like, okay, I guess the top of our board is the tight end from Georgia. But after they took a tight end second round last year, but I digress. Look, it was an indictment on Getsy from perspective of he was not curtailing an offense to fit the personnel that he had.
Oh my God! Thank you. Hey, look, absolutely, praise it. Look, Miss Sharon, I love it. Cheers to it. Tell you gotta love the staff here. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful ladies here. Cheers to it.
So, like I was saying, they curtailed an offense built around Aaron Rodgers. I'm sorry, Aaron Rodgers is not Justin Fields, right? And it showed dramatically, especially the early part of last year. So, to a lot of people's points about the Bears being a hot pick to take a big step forward, you got to remember last year they started 0-4.
Yeah.
0-4, and they looked bad in that 0-4. Just bad.
Yeah.
So when that tail end of the year showed up, they looked better, especially defensively.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, they've made a concentrated effort to build a lot of offensive pieces around.
Yeah.
Going back to Getsy, again, to me, it's an indictment of coaching staff. A lot of people criticize Foles for getting such a light package from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
But he said, and I completely believe him, he asked Justin Fields, where do you want to go?
Yep. Oh, he did.
Says, I want to go to Pittsburgh. Okay? He is arguably the top 3 coach in the NFL. In Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Still hasn't had a losing record yet. Still hasn't.
Remind me, what was his name again?
Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin.
Tomlin said something very interesting in the offseason. He said, I hate when coaches say, I only want players that fit my system. Then you're being a bad coach. You fit the system for your players. Yep. I'm telling you, I think Justin Fields, although he didn't do the Bears any favors because, hey, the easiest way to lose a negotiation is to be forced to talk to one person.
Yeah.
But, Foles knew Fields was very popular in the locker room. He wanted to do something that was right by him.
Yeah,
I think it's going to pay dividends along. I really do.
No, I think it's going to be good for him. Like I said, I was a huge fan of Justin Fields coming out of Ohio State. When we drafted him, I was excited. I think the Bears did a disservice to him with Matt Nagy in his rookie year. Literally no development.
Yeah.
Then on the second year, we completely just gutted the entire team. We got rid of all of our best players when we hired Matt Nagy. Matt Eberflus, Ryan Poles. We gutted the entire, justifiably so. It was getting old. You had to restart. But then we have to we have to critique Justin based off that year. And then finally, when you bring him a star-studded wide receiver, get him some help, then we start to see some progression. Then it's like, okay, well, now his contract's coming up. We have to fix it. We gave Justin the shaft. Like, it is what it is. And like I said, however you feel about Justin, however you feel about Caleb, it doesn't really matter. We did not do everything we could to help Justin Fields. Yeah. And so that's fine. It is what it is. We move on. He's on another team. We started new. But I did just read an article this morning, which it kind of concerned me, that the reports out of training camp, Caleb Williams was starting to hold on to the ball too long. And it's funny as hell to me because wasn't that the biggest critique for Justin Fields? He couldn't read the field and he couldn't hold it. He was holding on to the ball too long.
Well, look,
what are we talking about here?
let's be frank. We heard a lot of that conversation 2 years ago when the team was absolutely gutted. Right? Earlier you remarked that Caleb has the unique opportunity to go to an organization that has been built around his skill set.
Yep.
Most number one overall picks don't have that luxury.
No.
They go to a team that was the worst in the NFL the previous season, and they're more than likely going to be the worst in the NFL the following season.
Yeah.
I sit there and I think the team who has completely screwed themselves from creating a juggernaut in the NFL has been the Cleveland Browns. If they had just stuck with Baker Mayfield another year or two, and they didn't give up all those draft picks to Houston,
yep,
and all that guaranteed money, they'd be in a much better position going forward. Look what the number one overall pick from 7 years ago is doing now in Tampa Bay with a legit left tackle, Pro Bowl left tackle, Pro Bowl wide receiver, and a ready-made coaching staff that's only 3 years removed from Super Bowl.
Yep.
So I think it's very interesting when you sit there and you think, more teams should think about and follow the blueprints of what the Bears are doing. Build that team up before you grab that quarterback.
Well, hold on. Let's make sure that this blueprint works. Because again, right now everything is on paper. Like, look, I'm a Bears fan. The shit's branded on me. Trust and believe. Born and raised in Chicago, I will be a Bears fan. But look, I've been disappointed by this fucking team way too much year after year, where we've gone through quarterback after quarterback after quarterback after quarterback, and I can't fucking deal with this shit. Like, look, theoretically, on paper, yes, this team is supposed to look good. Theoretically, this team is supposed to make the playoffs, but we've seen it time and time again. On paper, doesn't play on the field. That shit just doesn't. So I'm not going to sit here and say, hey, look, this, that, I hope we do it. I hope. But look, Chicago has disappointed me. I'm a fucking White Sox fan. You realize we just almost broke the fucking record for most losing games in a streak season? Are you fucking serious? Like, we were 3 games out from breaking the record for most consecutive games lost. I can't do this shit. Chicago, Bulls have disappointed me. White Sox have disappointed me. Fuck, I can't do it no more. I can't. Look, I can have optimism. I really can. And look, everybody told me Caleb Williams coming out this generational talent. Okay, then why the fuck are we getting reports that he's holding on to the ball too long? If he's such a, at least with Justin, he ran a 4.30. At least we have the wheels with him, and he was holding on. At least we can back up. Look, at least we can fall back on something. Caleb Williams, if you ain't got the reads, bro, then what are you? You're just another average quarterback to me.
Well, look, you and I both know that a team that wins championships typically has the best player playing in their position.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Bears haven't had that luxury for a very, very long time.
If ever.
The Cubs haven't had that luxury for 8 years. The White Sox haven't had that luxury for longer than that. And the Bulls, unfortunately, let's all take.
We're about to go through another fucking rebuild with the fucking Bulls.
Well,
what is going on here?
When was the Bulls?
I thought we were supposed to fucking make it through with fucking what's his name, DeMar DeRozan. It's like, what the fuck happened to this? And then that fell to the wayside. Like Chicago is fucking up in terms of the sports world.
When Derrick Rose tore his ACL, it set that franchise back.
Sick of this shit.
What, 10 years already?
Fucking sick of this shit.
On our way for 15?
God damn it. Fucking sick of this shit. I'm sorry. I
again,
I've been drinking too much. They're about to get on the fucking rants here, boys.
But again,
we're about to get on some rants.
The Bears have just selected the consensus #1 pick in this year's draft. Is he going to be a superstar? We don't know until. I mean, how many guys were superstars that never panned out due to injury and other reasons?
Ryan Leaf was consensus #1 pick too.
Well, he was #2 pick. Let's be fair.
Ryan Leaf, what? No.
Yes. 100%.
How much you gonna bet on this?
Whatever you want. Peyton Manning was that same draft.
Wait a minute.
Peyton Manning was selected.
Oh. Second overall, San Diego?
Thank you, Mr. Producer.
Fuck you. Fuck both of y'all. Obviously, I've been drinking. Fuck y'all. It's okay. I'll stand corrected. Whatever. I don't care. But he was still top fucking pick.
There were a lot of people.
Wasn't Jamarcus Russell a consensus #1?
No. Russell's many years later.
Many years later. But you're still the #1 pick.
Peyton Manning. So Indianapolis Colts had a choice: Peyton Manning and Ryan Leaf. There were a lot of people who said Ryan Leaf was the superior athlete, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Now look, what separates good and great players isn't necessarily talent, right? There is a level of internal drive on improving and getting better. And does Caleb really have that? I have no idea.
The fact that I just stood up and I did not move that much off the ground is insane. So I don't want y'all to fucking judge me. I don't care. Look, I'm short. Fuck it. Whatever. I'm still here though. Cheers to it. Okay, continue what you were saying, Professor. Yeah. Oh my God, y'all Texas Heat. I'm gonna let y'all know. Texas Heat is nuts. Cheers to it though. Anyways, but we went on another fucking tangent. We still ain't talked about the offensive coordinators or the defensive coordinators. You know that, right? We went a whole roundabout way and didn't do anything with it, Professor. So your thoughts on our new Shane Waldron from Seattle?
Seattle has had a competent offense for several years now. And let's be fair to the process.
Yeah.
One of the benefits of having him locked in earlier than normal in terms of getting coordinators in place in situations like that. And everything I read, he was in open conversation with Caleb Williams way earlier in the process than normal.
Yeah.
And now that's one of the benefits of being having the first pick of the draft, right? I mean, you get that luxury. So, I truly do believe that they're going to set up an offense that does fit Caleb Williams' skill set better. Because at the end of the day, whether Justin Fields was just as talented or could work, I truly believe he's going to do great things in Pittsburgh. Because he is with a coach that has the capability, or at least enough insight or self-reflection, to sit there and say, "Oh, we're going to create a system that fits your skill set."
Yeah.
I read something interesting the other day. As you know, Richardson, the QB of the Colts,
Anthony,
also kind of a running, athletic, break-type quarterback. They've been doing nothing but RPO drawbacks for him in training camp. They're setting up a system that might have been perfect for Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Instead of your favorite play of all time.
I don't want to. I don't even want to hear that fucking word anymore. The worst fucking play. Oh my God, I fucking hate that play so goddamn much. I hope Luke Getsy fucking breaks his fucking eye so he can never see a fucking play call. Shoot,
I think the Raiders have a horrible season. I think the Raiders have one of the worst seasons in the AFC. I truly believe that.
So,
obviously the Patriots are the bottom rung in terms of talent level, but I truly believe the Raiders are just poorly constructed, especially from the offensive perspective. and there's going to be all sorts of commotion.
Yeah. 100%.
There's always one team that does. I mean, it's every year, right? Not everyone can win. It's a zero-sum game. Whoever wins, someone's got to lose.
Yep.
Right? And I don't think anyone with any level of intelligence is going to say Kansas City's going to lose anytime soon. You know, Kansas City's going to be winning.
Yeah.
Someone that division has to be losing. You know, Kansas City this year is this era's Patriots. They get to feast on their division catastrophe.
That was a good ass cherry. I'm not gonna lie, that was a good ass cherry. So our producer's kind of yelling at us. We're running out of time here, which I'm okay with because, like I said, I want to keep drinking because this is a wonderful fucking place to fucking drink. Look, he's putting up signs like I'm supposed to know. Right?
I don't know what he's talking about.
No shit. That's what he's saying. He's not saying we have anything. He's trying to make me fucking go. See, this is why I shouldn't be fucking moving this shit along. But fuck you. So, look, we had another thing. State of the NFC. We touched on it a little bit earlier, but like, I just like shitting on these other teams. So realistically,
let me ask you a question.
Oh, please do. Please do.
What is your opinion about the Green Bay Packers?
What is my opinion on them? The Green Bay Packers are the worst fucking people on God's green earth. I don't really give a fuck if anybody's watching that are Packers fans. I will say it again. You people, as cheeseheads, are the worst fucking human beings on God's green earth. Now, where I will concede, we have been struggling for the last several years, but still, fuck you and your nothing cheese and all your stupid beer. Everything about you. Holy shit, I just had one of my Packers fans just message me. You Dustin too. I don't care. I really don't. So anyways, yeah, they've been whooping our ass for years. So It is what it is. I don't think they're going to be as good as people think they are this year. Like, everybody's trying to jump on this Jordan Love train. Let's just be honest. And I talked to a couple Packers fans. Y'all can't really believe just Jordan Love is like the next coming, right? Like, we can't think that. Right? He's working in a system that works for him. And I don't think anything more than that. I think now that there's a year on tape, I don't see anything different on the Green Bay Packers other than Jordan Love will show his averageness next year. That's it. There's a reason he had all these years to develop. He's a fucking project. I don't think the project's there yet. Look, we got some Cowboy fans that hate him too. Fuck them. Fuck them.
No, it's a tough one for me. It's a tough one for me.
Fuck them.
I mean, to be fair, they did a number on the Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs last year. And they did pick up a true number one running back on an offensive line that was already top 10.
Josh Jacobs has gotten beat down. Like, I don't see him being as productive as you think he is. Like, but
the question is he productive or was he better than what replaced him? Right? I firmly believe he was better than what replaced him.
I think at best average. I think it's a best replacement. I don't think they upgraded. No, I don't. I don't think that was an upgrade. I think you're seeing a very similar skill set. So Aaron Jones and Josh Jacobs do not feel different to me. Well, they feel like the same running back. Maybe Josh Jacobs is slightly faster, slightly.
Well, but to be fair, Josh Jacobs did lead the NFL in rushing yards 2 years ago.
Also on a great offensive line.
I don't categorize them. The Raiders have not finished top 10 BFF offensive line rankings.
Yes.
In any of the last 10 years, right? They've been average for a very long time. Right? Again, there's a reason I think the Raiders are going to fall flat on their faces this year. I firmly believe that. But I get mixed thought processes when it goes to the Packers. I mean, look, I think the most talented team in
the North,
is Detroit. But
fine.
We can't discount the Packers were in the playoffs last year.
That's fair, and that's good.
Have they appreciably degraded themselves in any way? I don't know. It's a fair question.
But I mean, other than Minnesota, the entire division got better. The entire division got better. So I don't see them. In all honesty, like all reality, right?
Yeah.
I hate the Packers, but it really is going to come down to Bears Packers fighting number 2 spot. And realistically, I even think Detroit's over a number 2 spot. Excuse me, taking over Detroit, because if you remember what happened last year when Chicago faced Detroit, first game we fumbled, literally fucked up the end of the game with 4 minutes left. We were up 13 points in this fucking game. And we just gave it to them. We gave it to them. And then what happened in the second game? Justin Fields ran all over them. But they couldn't stop him. We split. So obviously we can compete with Detroit.
Detroit had, according to PFF, the worst defensive backfields in the NFL, and they still went to the championship game and were 3 plays away from going to the Super Bowl. Right? Again, I'm not sitting there saying Detroit's going to win the whole shebang. I still, let's be frank. I don't know if their quarterback is a top 10 guy, but they did make appreciable improvements on their D-backs.
Yeah.
Now, do you know who also was bottom 5 on their defensive backfield? Green Bay Packers. And guess who didn't select a safety and/or cornerback into the 5th round this year? And so Green Bay, there are issues there.
And so let's do this. Round out the division. Who's first? Who's second? Who's third? Who's fourth? Let's do that.
Well, let's do let's go the easy way. I don't think anyone will ever say that a rookie quarterback who's the 5th one select, who's the 6th one off the board, is going to lead the Minnesota Vikings to anything other than.
So you're saying the Michigan man is not going to do it?
Look, training camp there's been a lot of positive vibes from training camp. And, Justin Jefferson is the best wide receiver in that. He's the best wide receiver in the NFL.
Hell, man, I'm getting cut off.
Can you name? I don't think they're. I don't think they're.
Wonderful, thank you, sweetheart. Look, sharing everybody. I love it.
I don't think they're going to have anybody on their defense who's going to have a shot at the Pro Bowl. So yeah, they have holes they have to work with.
All right, so Minnesota number 4.
Absolutely.
I don't disagree. I'm there with you. Fuck them. Anyways, all right. Here's where we're about to get a little tricky. Again, number 3.
Again, to me, you have to look at the metric of strength of schedule. Right? Green Bay is going to have problems this year. Now, Jordan Love's not expected. Right? They're paying him like he's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL. He looked at for a few games last year, especially in that Dallas Cowboys playoff game. Yep. But pragmatically, you have to sit there and think they're going to finish good in that division.
I don't disagree. I think that there's and I'm trying my best not to be a homer and look at everything. I really am. But yeah, I think it has to play on strength of schedule. We're literally going to have a very easy schedule here. And with the offense and defense, you're talking about a top 10 defense, I think it's just going to be a part of that. So that has to play a role. I think we're going to edge it out. But I think yeah, it goes Chicago number 2, Green Bay number 3, which I'm happy about because who the fuck likes moldy cheese? Fuck them. I'm going to keep saying it.
And I'm glad we're in agreement because, from a pragmatic perspective, I don't see how Detroit. They're at least a playoff team. There's no way someone can convince me that they're not.
Absolutely, 100%.
They literally have a top 3 offensive line and made very clever improvements in the defensive, especially the defensive backfield in the draft last year. Everything about them screams to me that they're going to be an organization that's tough to deal with this year.
Yeah.
And I was big as I'd have a hard time not picking KC Detroit in the Super Bowl.
100%. I don't disagree at all.
Yes, the Bears are a wild card. We don't know about Caleb. But a wild card, by definition, means it can go the other direction really fast. I mean, the great Peyton Manning had, 27 interceptions?
He still holds the record. Oh, so now we got fucking lighting. You see what happens on the fucking first show of the goddamn podcast?
And we're spitting gold, too.
Right, look, hold on. Let's talk about this. This is the first fucking show, and this motherfucker is still doing testing right now. Fuck him. Fuck this shit. It doesn't matter. I'm excited about it, though. Look, we're going to keep doing this shit regardless of us still testing. It's okay. But I do want to talk about one thing, because we did have the Hall of Fame game, right?
Yeah.
Do you realize that the Chicago Bears have the most Hall of Famers in the Hall of Fame in NFL history? 39 players. We almost have a whole fucking team in the Hall of Fame. Can you believe that shit?
I mean,
and we just inducted 3 more this fucking Hall of Fame. Devin, the ridiculous one. Mongo, and I'm counting Julius Peppers. Fuck you, Carolina. I don't care. That's ours. We're gonna take it.
So I'm gonna throw.
We used him better.
I'm gonna throw a controversial Chicago opinion at you. Mike Ditka was the most overrated coach in NFL history.
Overrated. Well, Chicago, hold on. If y'all are listening to this shit, I do not agree with this. Please don't come at me. This motherfucker.
Mongo just made the Hall of Fame. How many Hall of Famers were on that team?
You had about 6 or 7 now. So the entire defensive line. So that was about 4. Then you had Mike Singletary, Walter Payton. So yeah, 5. So no, 6.
They were the youngest Super Bowl champion to this day in an era, in the non-free agent era, where players could jump around. Right? It wasn't until many years after that people started getting pilfered, right? And it was very difficult to construct organizations, many significant longevity. Mongo getting into the Hall of Fame, to me, is an indictment on the quality of a coach Mike Ditka ever was. Because he was the head coach to the youngest Super Bowl champion who ran roughshod over the NFC and the NFL. And he couldn't win another one.
I mean, you could say that about a lot of head coaches. So
you say about Belichick? How many Hall of Famers realistically are going to come out of his best team ever? Let's Super Bowl champion. I'm going to put a pretty big bet. It's going to be fewer than Mike Ditka here.
So are you saying Sean Payton is not a Hall of Fame coach?
Well, again,
because that New Orleans Saints Super Bowl team had 1 come out of there.
Look, there are many. If we go down the list, I'm sure we could probably find several Super Bowl champions that didn't even have 1 Hall of Fame. Right? Yeah. The question is, how many premium talent did you have compared to your competitors? And how long did you have that premium talent at your disposal?
I get it.
Belichick did it in the free agency era. The second someone was any good, half of them left out. And of course, you mentioned earlier, Tom Brady. One of the reasons why he's going to get GOAT considerations, if you haven't locked down already, is you are correct. He took good contracts, but he took a little bit less to make sure the rest of his team was robust.
He did.
And he probably won an extra 3 rings because of that, a minimum.
So this time I did know what my producer was saying. When they do the fucking rolling method, I know what the fuck that means. Look, in any language, that is fucking wrap it up. So, look, I want to give a shout out, like obviously, great conversation, Professor Niko. Yeah, and I want to let everybody know it's not always going to be about the Chicago Bears. This is kind of what we talked about. We're going to be talking about the Chicago Bears. We're going to be talking about poker. We're going to talk about life in general, just like shits and giggles. Like, look, we're going to enjoy this time, spend it. I'm definitely going to be drunk every time. I can promise you that. That's not going to stop. But I do want to give a shout out to Levin War for hosting us. I want to give a shout out to Hamza for giving us this opportunity. Hopefully, we can keep this going. Cheers to him. Again, great place, great venue. You guys got to check it out. The concert was overshadowing us a lot. They were really trying to oversing us. I think they heard us, and they were trying to purposely sing over us, but that's okay because it's all right. I'll be loud. Fuck them. I'll be loud. But, hey, great voices over there. It's a great concert. They play poker here, too. Free rolls. Come check it out. It really is a very nice place. Great food. Hey, look, I appreciate everybody that joined in, participated. Thomas, 601 East Plano Parkway. Come on down. Check it out. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. I really appreciate everybody who joined. Take a look at us, talk, and bullshit, and drink.
And shout out to our producer.
And our wonderful producer that took an hour to get it set up. Mr. J. Martin, an hour to set it up. But he got it. He got it, boys. So, hey, look. Let's fuck around. Cheers. Cheers to it. Producer. And I'm out this motherfucker.